Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Good to see you. If you're joining me live, let me know how I sound. I've had sound issues. Do I sound okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Don't be shy. I have a great little story for you tonight. One of the great thinkers of the past. Can you hear me okay? Who's on? Well, I guess I could see myself here, see if I can hear myself. Let's see if I hear myself. Just real quick to check, make sure. Oh, yeah, we're okay, good. All right. So here we go. The sound issue has been resolved. Thank goodness. Only took me a few days, but I figured it out. All right. So now that we got figured that out, I'm excited. Now let's talk about tonight's live. You know, especially as entrepreneurs and people who run a side gig, or their side gig has become their only gig and has become a full-time gig, we encounter a lot of the different characteristics throughout the day, right? Because we're talking to the different people. Well, at least we try. We try to talk to different people. We text them, we chat them. We encounter so many different personalities, right, and characteristics. Some are real nice and polite. Some are not so nice, right? They're not so friendly, and sometimes the vibe and the I'm really big on vibe. If you've ever talked to me, I've probably shared with you how I get what kind of a vibe I get from you. But I'm a big guy on vibes, and sometimes you get a vibe that's it's just like "Ugh," right, like it's not healthy. It's like you almost can tell that it's like draining you. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that kind of a feeling? You sit around with somebody and you don't even like know what's up, and but the vibe is just like so crappy. What? Glow. I'm super nice. Hey, can you hear me okay? Is it okay? I just saw you on. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me okay, because I think I got this fixed for sure. So, got a great story for you by one of the great thinkers back in the day, if you would. Actually, a Persian thinker, Iranian, and his name was Ibn Sina. Now, in the Western world, they call him okay, good. They call him Avicenna, right? And this guy was a man, right? He was actually he is one of my favorite thinkers of the past, from Iran, if you would. Hey Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Hey, I'm at a decent hour, not too well, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. So the story goes that he actually is probably known one of the very first people who kind of dabbled into medicine and all kinds of stuff. So um, it is said that in one of his tests, he ran a bunch of different tests. In one of his tests in the lab, he had two baby lambs that they were identical to each other, and he puts them in two different cages side by side, same exact size cages, if you would. He feeds them the same food, he waters them the same, he takes care of them exactly the same way, except that except that one of these lambs had a view in front of him, had a view of what he had put in a wolf inside a cage in front of this lamb. Now, only one of the two lambs could really just see this wolf in front of him. So imagine two cages, and then one of them's got the wolf in front of him, and then this other one can't see the wolf. Well, he fed them the same, watered them the same, took care of them the same way, same cage, same environment. But he found out that pretty soon, not too long, you could tell that the lamb that had the view of the wolf was not eating, wasn't eating really well, was kind of getting cranky, was getting kind of sick, and eventually got sick and like lost weight and kept losing weight and just died. And that is a powerful, powerful a testament of the vibe, the energy that is around you, right? Sometimes, oftentimes, the person doesn't even have to say anything. It's just the vibe they give out. Have you ever been in that situation? It's like, oh, it's so like rough and tough, and it's like you want to get the heck out of there, right? But this is a powerful testament of, hey, you know how they say, surround yourself with good people. People will feed you good stuff and they don't drain you, all that stuff. You're the average of the five people whom you surround yourself with. Well, here in this case, look at this example. Look at this live test that shows how powerful the environment, the people around you, the vibe they give, the place they are in life, how all of that can play a major role, not only in your mood, but ultimately in your health. It shows how external stress is so important to avoid for good health. It tells you, like, hey, I when I was in Michigan, um, I've talked about some of that time, but it was a rough time. So I remember I had a doctor that I would go to, right? And she was Indian. She was straight up. Like, she would not sugarcoat anything, right? Like, she would just, yeah. And I remember one time she told me, I told her about some of the stuff, and she told me, she looked at me, she goes, I'm going to tell you this: stress will kill you. I'm like, because you got to take that stuff very seriously. And I said, okay, yeah. So, external stress is so, I'm telling you, I can tell you that external stress has definitely has hit me several times. So I am no stranger to external stress, right? So I can speak about it, I can talk about it, and one thing I can share with you is that and those of you who have had it or going through it, you know what I'm talking about. It weighs like a ton, like on your, like right about right here, right? It weighs like a ton, and it's almost like you can't shake it off, right? Remember that example with the donkey? It's like this one, it's hard to shake off. It doesn't just shake off by itself, right? So I know that this is, you go to a doctor, right? I'll end up with this. The doctor says, well, don't stress too much. It's like, what a great idea. I didn't even think about that. Duh. Yeah. It's easier said what, then done. Yeah, you can say that all day long. Don't stress too much. Well, sometimes it's kind of tough. I can sit here and tell you, hey, take it easy, don't stress, enjoy your life, but it's not going to be that easy. It's simple, but it's not that easy, right? So I encourage you, as I encourage myself, to get more conscious of recognizing, right, the external stress, the stuff that comes at us, that especially the things and the situations that we can have control over, that we can actually like push back on, right? So my wish for you and I both is that we get more conscious of these situations, and then we get more equipped and more tough against all this stuff. So I thought I just love that stuff, right? So I thought that example was just so solid, and I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value. Go check out my skit I did. Man, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. It took me a little bit because I was busting up laughing, and the lyrics go so fast. So I mean, they go so fast, but it's just so funny. So I had some fun with it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Go comment and do your thing. Do your thing. And with that, I appreciate you guys. Drop some takeaways. Let me know what you think about this thought. And you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. Don't be shy. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your online business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.